Welcome back to Alchemy Studio. My name is Neil. I'm your friendly hotel website designer. Yeah, that sounds okay. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the video, let me just paint you a bit of a picture. You've poured your heart and soul into creating the perfect boutique hotel experience. Your guests rave about the attention to detail, the personalized service, the unique character that makes your property special. Now, there's something that every boutique hotel owner knows but rarely talks about. And you would only know this really if you were tracking your website metrics, so something to keep in mind. Most people who visit your website don't actually book. They'll look at your beautiful photos, they'll read about your amenities, maybe even start the booking process, but then they leave without booking, without calling, without a trace. Now, this is called the abandonment rate. Industry data shows that hotel websites struggle with extremely high abandonment rates, some of the highest in the e-commerce world. Now, this is a graph that I found from 2019, and what you can see from it is that the average abandonment rate was around 85%. Now, obviously, since 2020, that might have actually gotten a little worse, but now 2025 should have improved a little bit more. But let's imagine it has improved. So 85%, maybe it's got to 80, 75, 70. The bottom line is that the vast majority of people who show interest in booking don't complete their reservation. We'll put this into some simple numbers. If you're getting 1,000 visitors to your website each month and converting 2%, which is about the industry average, that's about 20 bookings. Now let's look at this another way. If you were to triple this from 2% to 6%, that would equate to 60 bookings per month. And if you look at €150 average booking value, that's an extra €6,000 per month, €72,000 per year, which is not too shabby. So for today's video, I'm going to walk you through 5 costly mistakes that boutique hotels make on their websites. I'm going to show you exactly how to spot them using some free tools and give you some clear, actionable steps to fix each one. If you want to jump around the video, there are chapters in the description below. So grab a coffee, open up your website in another tab, and let's start saving you some money. Your beautiful photos are costing you thousands. Let me start with something that's going to be a little bit surprising to you. You've hired that expensive photographer. They've delivered the beautiful shots to you. You're super happy. You've uploaded them to your website, but you've seen the conversions going down. Now, this could be because you haven't optimized the images. So when looking at the overall idea of this is page speed optimization, which in the hotel world is very important. The harsh truth of the matter is that if your website loads any longer, I think roughly it's about 3 seconds, nearly half of your visitors will abandon the website before they even get to see your beautiful property. Now we're going to jump into the computer and I'm going to show you how to check this and then how you can take your images and optimize them yourself, because it's really not super tricky, or it shouldn't be tricky. So first things first, you want to be looking at, you want to Google page speed insights, not API, page speed, and just go Google page speed. And this is the one you want. pagespeed.web.dev, page speed insights. Now I found a beautiful website for a Yuana in France, I believe this is. We're going to copy their website URL, put that into there and hit analyze. And I'll come back to you when this all runs through. And already it's coming back. Core Web Vitals assessment is failed on mobile, which is not very good. Just for the sake of argument's sake, we're looking at the image load time here. So ignore all of these things. Granted, if I did own this website or this hotel, not the website, the hotel owns the website. If I was running the hotel and I was looking at this, performance is 55, accessibility 64, best practices 75, SEO 83. So a lot they could actually improve just from this alone. But we're going to scroll down, we're going to look for image. And here we are. Google actually tells you where to go straight away for image savings. Now, improve image delivery, 1000 kilobytes, so 1 megabyte. Not massive by any standards, but enough to worry me that it's not optimized for web, basically. Now, if you come through here, you've got JPEG, and this is how much you could save. And this is the brilliant thing. If you click into these links, it actually tells you which image it is. So you don't have to guess. It's not some random name. And actually they should be renaming their images as well for SEO purposes. But we'll get into that at another state. Gorgeous pictures as well. But it's a shame they're not optimized perfectly. So you can see here, and they're all JPEG. Now, Google launched WebP, I think it was in 2010 when they launched WebP. It has the same, no, is it better? The same, keeps the same quality as JPEG and PNG, but it has a better compression rate, so it's more suited for the web. So what you want to do is change your JPEG images, or if the photographer gives you TIFFs, if you have given you TIFFs, ask if they have given you TIFFs, ask for JPEGs. And then you want to take your JPEGs and you want to look for a program called iloveimg.com. iloveimg.com. Now, this is a very simple online tool to compress, resize, crop, convert, all of this wonderful stuff. And obviously you just want compress image, and it's magic. We're going to select an image for 9.9 megabytes. That is pretty large. So let's see, just to download that. Okay, now upload here and compress. That easy. There's no stress. And let's see, 92% smaller. So even that alone is fantastic. But then imagine if you change that to WebP, it's going to save you even more size as well, and it's going to be better suited for the web. So if you want JPG to WebP, and you can pick any of these ones here. I guess it doesn't really matter. I haven't looked at all of them. This is the one I was in the other day. Yep, you can just drop a file into there, hit convert, and let's see what happens. Download. So we've got the JPEG there, which is 807 kilobytes. So what you want is generally under a megabyte per image, 414 kilobytes. So we're going from 800 kilobytes to 400. You saved half just by cutting it to WebP. Let's do the maths on this. It takes, let's say, 4 seconds, because that's right about, it's in between 3, 5 is like detrimental to your website. 4 seconds loading time would reduce your conversion rate, let's say, to 1.5. So that would equal 15 bookings per month if we go off the numbers we had before. Now, if we improve that to 2 seconds, we could get maybe a 2.5 conversion. So that would maybe 25 bookings. Now, that's an extra 10 bookings on a monthly basis, €150 average value, 1,500 euros extra month, 18,000 euros per year. Obviously, debatable whether you could equate that, but you'd have to do tests and work this out. But Google actually does tell you where you can fix your website with regards to images. So what are the actionable takeaways here? Head to pagespeed.web.dev up here at the top left. Test your images, not your images, test your website, have a look, see which ones you need to change, reduce the size, reduce the width and the dimensions of the image as well. And then using iloveimg, you compress it, the JPEG, change the JPEG into a WebP image. Sorry, I got a bit stuck there. And then you should re-upload, relaunch the site, and you should be good to go. The key takeaway here is remember that every second your site takes to load, it is costing you bookings. And often, with this fix at least, this is simple. So mistake number 2, your mobile design is killing your website. 70% of your guests are trying to book on mobile and they're failing. Now, here's a crazy statistic to go along with that, which every hotel owner should pay attention to. The 70% of travelers will use their smartphone to try and do research, etc., etc. 90% will switch between devices, so mobile and laptop, to make their bookings, but they'll not do it because of that frustration. Yet I see so many hotels which have a beautiful desktop website. Then when you go to the mobile, it's kind of like it's an afterthought. And we're gonna go and use the same website that we had before, Hotel Yuana, And we're going to change the screen size to mobile, and we'll see how it operates. So if I can remember how to do this, yeah, we're going to, so this will be changing it to an iPhone 6. Let's get this nice and centered for everybody. So the first things first is there's no, oh, we need to go to the, go away, go back to the main screen. Okay, so first things first, there's no booking button. Where is my call to action for booking anything on this? And annoyingly, that header is taking up, if this was a real phone, that looks like almost half the screen. Obviously, yeah, we're on larger phones these days, so maybe that would be a bit less, but it's not so obvious for what I'm supposed to do here. Okay, so you've got Beachwana package, private, half-board package. Let's see a half-board package. Book here, okay. Button looks okay sized. Okay. Okay, first point here is that the booking button for the half-board package is not available. So I don't know how to book this half-board package. So let's go back. What about the Beachwana package? Okay, so am I seeing this right? There's no actual booking button for the beach package. See this? Looks like a calendar. Okay, so that's your booking button on mobile. So let's try to book. Okay, so I can't click into the date. Let's try a different month. Let's try August. We'll go on Friday. No. Okay, so we'll have to type this in. So first problem there, 1st of August 2025. And we will leave, so that's Friday. Let's leave on Tuesday. Why not? It's like a long weekend. Okay, so that one worked. That's very odd. So we're getting taken to a new screen now. Check in. Okay, so select room. I can't select a room. Okay, this top bit not highlighted very well. And why can't I have the dates of... Okay, I selected a restricted date, so so from Monday. Okay, so the search button is pretty prominent. And then you're getting the room description, cost per night. Wow. Okay, so not terrible, but you can see just from that the simple things of making sure your buttons work, making sure a page actually has a button, test the calendar in your booking system to make sure it's actually operating, because that was not a good experience. If that was on my phone, and I've got a what have I got? A Galaxy S25. So it's a little bit of a small phone because I don't like the big phones. But let's say whether small or big, if that was a frustrating thing to have to tap there and then type out the date, it's more friction. So you've got to check for the tiny text, because this looks fine on my desktop, but I don't know what size that is. I imagine that would be quite small on a phone. Check your buttons work. You know, go through your website and have a look and be a guest and book everything. So the question is, like, what can you do now? And literally that is the main thing. Check your own website, go through it with a critical eye as well. Look at the difficult parts of the design. What needs to be changed? Is it easy to book? Is it easy to tap all the buttons? Make sure they're correctly sized. You know, fonts, typography, sorry, on mobile should be a little bit larger. So 16 is the body copy on desktops. I would actually keep it almost 16, maybe go as low as 14, depending on the typography. Make sure the phone number is correct as well. I clicked on one the other day and there was two phone numbers, one next to each other, and they had a slash in between. Tapped it and it brought up both phone numbers as if I was going to call that one really large number. So make sure these little aspects need to be tested. And the third mistake is the booking abandonment issue. So 84% of the people who want to book with you don't. And one of the reasons is that the hotel industry has one of the highest abandonment rates across the travel world. And majority is because the booking engines that they use can be a little bit clunky, they can be a little bit outdated, but also the booking process is there's lots of friction points. So they make it quite difficult to book. And we're going to go jump onto the computer, have a look at a few websites and see how easy it is to book or not. We shall see. And we're going to start with going to, let's reload this. This is SLH. It's a wonderful website for hotels. We're going to look at beach hotels because that is what I'm in the mood for these days. Let's go over here. What do we got? Kenoa exclusive beach, spa and resort. Okay, so first port of call here is, where is my booking button? Resort accommodations. Let's have a look at accommodations. See, there's the first port of call. I don't know what this is saying. And am I in July here? 31st, I guess that's July. 31st, no? Okay, so I'm going on the, see, that was the first friction point. The calendar wasn't quite working for the screen size, which is very odd because normally it should come across. But let's say we're going on the 1st of August and we will go for a week. Book now. Select the booking method you wish to make below. Online booking, please. There's another friction point. Can I just try to book something just to see what the cost is? Alternative currency. So we have to select the room. Okay, let's just pick you, why not? Ritual discover, fine. See what happens. No, do not show again for this reservation. No thanks. As in, no thanks, I want the... Ooh. Okay, so they got additions. Let's just confirm, see what happens. So that wasn't too bad. So let's see how this booking process is. Actually, nice large images. 8 suites, junior suites. Let's go for a junior suite because I'm not too shabby at all there. See how this is. Book now. I've looked at everything. Looks wonderful. Arrival. Wish they wouldn't do that in Europe. Arrival and departure. So we will arrive on the 31st and we'll leave. Oh, see, this is quite nice. We'll go for a long weekend. Since I'm in Europe, 2 adults as such. See, this is actually quite easy. I've been on some where there's been so many friction points. Let's book now. Booking summary, personal details, and then confirm. And I guess they would have all of the usual information down here as well. So actually that was pretty good. So I'm not even proving my point here by finding a difficult one with all the friction points to go into. But imagine a website where you've got to create a profile before you sign up, or they ask you for your details before getting to the cost of the room for the long weekend or the week. You're not showing the clear prices. There's all the additions, and then there's the upgrades, and there's a million questions. I think we've all had that experience somewhere along the lines. So what can you do right now? Is go through your website and actually look at the booking steps. Actually go through the booking engine that you're using. Check all the steps. See which ones are friction, which ones you don't like. Remove anything that's unnecessary. And if you're using a booking engine, maybe you have to speak to whoever's designed and built the booking engine. Can you remove this for me? Can you create a custom one? I don't deal with the booking engines just yet, but it could be possible. Audit everything, allow the guest checkout without an account creation, add a progress indicator so people can understand where they are in the process as well. Here's a little bit of a checklist for you. Can guests see the availability without entering details first? The Hotel Yuan, I tried to book a room and then on the dates, then it tells me it's unavailable. So wouldn't it be easier if I knew if they were unavailable to start with? Excuse me. Are there any room differences? Is the pricing clearly explained? Is the pricing transparent with the taxes and the fees? Is there a clear way to get help during the booking? This is definitely something that you would have to get a developer for your own site or speak to the booking engine uh, agent who you would deal with to work this out and see if you could simplify the process. Because at the end of the day is you've got to make bookings feel effortless. Every extra click, every confusing step, and every moment of uncertainty costs you more bookings. And the last mistake that is costing hotel websites bookings is the call to action button, the book now button, which is playing hide and seek on their website. Quick test, go to your website now, have a look at your hero section, the first thing, and does the call to action button stand out to you? And be honest with yourself as well. Take your ego out of this. Think critically about the hero section. Where is the button? Can you see it? Is it standing out to your attention? If you just looked at your screen and didn't focus on anything specific, just kind of blank stared, what element is standing out to you first? There's so many websites that I look at and they're beautiful sites, but there's no call to action. It's hidden. It's like the color is the same as the background, or they're not using large enough text, or it's not contrasting. We're going to jump back into SLH and have a look at a few other websites, because even a few that I've seen here are not super great. We'll go back to Europe. Let's have a look. See, luxury hotel and suites, fabulous. And of course, the first one I take. Oh, okay. So they've got a pop-up, so which means, yeah, that's actually very good. That is instantly telling you book now with a last-minute offer, limited rooms, perfect for getting extra bookings in. But let's imagine we weren't. If I just look at this flatly, the bottom, the blue square at the bottom, which hopefully is that going to change if I accept? Oh, okay. So if I accept that, get rid of that. Can I get rid of that as well? Members rate. Okay. So many floating aspects on here. Okay, now get there eventually with the hero section. Looking at this, the image is catching my attention, but also in that top middle section, you've got the book now and the hotel and flight button, which are capturing my attention. There's huge contrast with the sort of brightish blue, teal blue, and that dark blue with the white header section or the grayed out section that's there. So they've actually done a really good job. Let's go over here. What are we looking at here? Fair blue. Everything is blue because we're in the Mediterranean. Again, the summer offer, perfect for getting the bookings in. You know exactly what you're meant to do. Book now. As much as I hate pop-ups, they actually work. It makes me want to own book. So looking at this now, this is the perfect example. If you just look flatly at this, my eye is going to the superb in the bottom right-hand corner. And let's say we take that away. Let's say that wasn't there. My eyes are just going to the picture. And where's the book now button? Top right on a white background with looks like the same font as everything else, same typography, slightly larger. And the only difference is it's underlined. It's not standing out enough. This is what's playing hide and seek. I'm going to have a quick look at someone else. Oh, where are we going here? Go to the U. Mykonos. Beautiful image. There's nothing that's grabbed my attention. All of the text that's on the header and the above the fold, where you've got the small luxury hotels and the Mykonos Grand independently minded. Nothing is grabbing my attention other than the beautiful image. Book your stay. Granted, that is great. So everything's blue. Maybe if you wrapped that in an actual button that was white with blue text, so the button there on the outskirts was white and you had blue text there, that would stand out. So that's not good. But I was talking about heat maps. So let's have a look. Websites, heat map. Now, I don't think I'm going to have to pay for this, so I'm not going to find anything too quickly, but you can, let's say, for example, go to Crazy Egg, sign up. I don't know how much it costs, but as you can see from this image, they will take, and I'm assuming it's going to be AI as well, they will look at your hero section or sections on your website, and they'll tell you where are the hotspots and where is somebody's eye most predominantly going to. Now, you don't need to do this. You can go on any website. We'll pick another one. Any website you feel like, Goldwyn Residences, and just stare blankly at the screen. It's once you do it a few times, you kind of get used to it. It's a bit of a weird thing to stare blankly. So if you stare blankly here, I'm going to guess there's an image loading up. Top right. That is large. It's a complete opposite color to the white and beige background. Purple, yeah, purple. And gold text as well. Lovely little animation there. That is a call to action button that stands out. That's fantastically done. So you don't need to do the heat map thing. It can be helpful for me, for example, as designing these things to see, so I don't have to constantly look over. I can have a quick scan. Yeah, okay, maybe alter some designs, but just to look at, I can tell you that works really well. What can you do right now? Make your booking button the most prominent aspect on your hero section. As I said, look blank, I can't speak right now. Stare blankly at your hero section and see where your eye gets drawn. Don't try not to focus on anything. Use contrasting colors, as you saw with some of those sites there. They had a white background with blue button, or with the Goldwyn one, the last one, it was a white background with a sort of purpley button. There's a wonderful contrast there. Use action-orientated text as well. Book now, don't use singular words like reservations or just reserve. Reserve your dates, check your dates, book now. It's got to be an action in the word. And as you scroll, there were some websites that I've been through recently where the header disappears completely and the book now button goes with it as well. Make the book now button sticky to the top of the hero section. Remember, people visit your website with one goal, and that's to book a room. Other than check all the other stuff out, they want to book a room somewhere. Make it easy for them to book a room at your hotel. So let's recap what we've discovered. Slow loading speeds, mobile unfriendly designs, complicated booking processes, and hidden call to action buttons. These are costing thousands for boutique hotels every month. But here's the good news. You now know exactly what to look for and how to fix these issues yourself. Your immediate action plan: test your website at pagespeed.web.dev. Check your mobile friendliness with your own phone. Is the text large enough? Is it too small? Are you having to zoom in? Are all the buttons working? After you've done that, walk through your own booking process. Count the steps that you have to go through. Is there anything that's not needed? Reduce the friction points to make it easier for people to book on your website. Audit your call to action buttons for visibility and clarity. Check they're everywhere around the website. Don't put too many, but a decent amount. And remember, these improvements don't happen overnight, and you don't tackle everything at once. Start with the quick wins, things that you can deal with yourself that will have a great impact straight away, and then gradually work through the more complex issues. Remember, it's not perfection, it's progress. Every improvement you make increases your conversion rate and protects the investment you've made in your beautiful property.